The Citroën DS Pallas stands as one of the most iconic automobiles ever created, a car that blended daring design with advanced engineering in a way few manufacturers had attempted before. When it arrived, it did not simply compete with other luxury sedans, it redefined what comfort, technology, and style could mean in a production car. The Pallas designation represented the most luxurious expression of the DS line, focusing on refinement, premium materials, and a smoother, more elegant driving experience while keeping the revolutionary spirit that made the DS famous around the world. From the outside, the DS Pallas looks like it came from the future even today. Its long, flowing body lines, covered rear wheels, and aerodynamic shape were years ahead of most cars of its era. The design was not just about looks, because every curve had a purpose. The sleek profile reduced drag and improved stability at speed, while the low nose and smooth roofline helped the car glide through the air more efficiently. Chrome accents were used with restraint, giving the Pallas a classy presence without making it feel heavy or outdated. The overall silhouette remains instantly recognizable and still turns heads decades later. One of the most talked about features of the DS Pallas is its hydropneumatic suspension system. This system replaced traditional springs with a combination of hydraulic fluid and pressurized gas, allowing the car to maintain a constant ride height regardless of load. Whether the car was carrying one person or 5 with luggage, it stayed level and comfortable. The suspension could also be raised or lowered by the driver, which was useful on rough roads or when changing a wheel. On the road, this setup delivered an incredibly smooth ride that seemed to float over bumps and uneven surfaces. Even by modern standards, the comfort level is impressive, and in its time it was simply unmatched. Under the hood, the DS Pallas was offered with several engine options over its production life, mostly 4-cylinder petrol engines with displacements that evolved over the years. Power output was not the main focus of this car, but rather smoothness and reliability. Depending on the version, power figures generally ranged from around 75 to over 120 horsepower, which was enough to provide relaxed cruising and respectable performance for a luxury sedan of its era. The engines were paired with manual, semi-automatic, or automatic transmissions, with the semi-automatic hydraulic gearbox being one of the most interesting options. This system allowed clutchless shifting while still giving the driver control over gear selection, adding to the futuristic feel of the car. The interior of the DS Pallas is where its luxury ambitions truly shine. Compared to standard DS models, the Pallas received higher quality materials, thicker carpets, improved sound insulation, and more comfortable seating. The seats were designed for long-distance comfort, with soft cushioning and supportive shapes that made hours of driving feel effortless. The dashboard layout was unique and forward-thinking, with an emphasis on ergonomics and clear visibility. The single-spoke steering wheel, a signature Citroën feature, not only looked distinctive but also improved safety by reducing the risk of injury in a crash. Controls were placed logically, and the overall cabin atmosphere felt airy and modern. In terms of features, the DS Pallas was packed with innovations that were rare or even unheard of in its time. Power-assisted steering made low-speed maneuvering easy despite the car's size. Disc brakes, which were not yet common on many cars, provided strong and consistent stopping power, and in some versions they were mounted inboard to reduce unsprung weight and improve handling. The hydraulic system did more than just control the suspension, as it also powered the brakes, steering, and in some models the gearbox, creating an integrated network that worked smoothly together. This level of technical sophistication set the DS apart from almost everything else on the road. On the road, the driving experience of the DS Pallas is best described as calm, confident, and comfortable. The suspension absorbs bumps with ease, making rough surfaces feel surprisingly smooth. At higher speeds, the car remains stable and composed, helped by its aerodynamic shape and balanced chassis. Steering is light but precise enough for relaxed cruising, and the brakes inspire confidence once the driver becomes familiar with their feel. This is not a sports sedan, but it was never meant to be. Its purpose is to carry passengers in quiet comfort, and in that role it excels. Reliability and maintenance are topics often discussed with the DS Pallas, mainly because of its complex hydraulic system. When properly maintained, the system is robust and durable, but it does require specialist knowledge and regular care. The use of special hydraulic fluid and the presence of high-pressure components mean that neglect can lead to problems. However, Many owners and enthusiasts will say that the unique driving experience more than makes up for the extra attention the car needs. With the right care, a DS Pallas can be a dependable and enjoyable classic even today. From a historical perspective, the DS Pallas played an important role in establishing Citroën as a brand known for innovation and bold ideas. It showed that a production car could be both comfortable and technologically advanced without sacrificing style. The car was used by presidents, celebrities, and dignitaries, which further enhanced its image as a symbol of sophistication and modernity. Its influence can be seen in later Citroën models and even in the wider automotive industry, where comfort, aerodynamics, and integrated systems became more important over time. In the classic car market, the DS Pallas is highly respected and increasingly sought after. Well-preserved examples with original features and good maintenance history can command strong prices, especially those with desirable specifications and colors. Restoring one can be a rewarding project, but it requires patience, knowledge, and access to the right parts and expertise. The good news is that there is a strong community of enthusiasts and specialists who keep these cars alive, making ownership more manageable than it might seem at first. When reviewing the Citroën DS Pallas today, it is impossible not to admire the courage and creativity behind it. This was a car that refused to follow conventional rules and instead created its own path. Its specs may not look impressive on paper compared to modern vehicles, but numbers alone cannot capture what makes this car special. The real magic lies in the way it rides, the way it looks, and the way it makes people feel when they experience it. It is a reminder that great cars are not only about speed or technology, but also about vision and character. In everyday use, the DS Pallas still proves that comfort never goes out of style. Long trips remain its strong point, with a quiet cabin, smooth suspension, and relaxed driving manners that reduce fatigue. Even in modern traffic, it holds its own, drawing attention not by being loud or aggressive, but by simply being elegant and different. For many enthusiasts, owning a DS Pallas is not just about having a classic car, it is about preserving a piece of automotive history that dared to be different and succeeded. Overall, the Citroën DS Pallas is more than just a luxury sedan from the past. It is a landmark in automotive design and engineering, a car that changed expectations and showed what was possible when imagination meets technical skill. Its review today is still filled with praise, its specs still tell a story of innovation, and its features still feel surprisingly advanced for its age. For anyone who appreciates comfort, originality, and timeless style, the DS Pallas remains a true icon that continues to inspire admiration many decades after its debut.